TV.
Hello and Happy New Year. Welcome to the What's Up London show. I'm your host, Jennifer Slay. I hope that you had a safe holiday season and the new year has kicked off well. Before we get started, I would like to recognize and acknowledge my ancestors that came before me, as they have allowed me to be here speaking with you today. I also want to express my appreciation and recognition of the privilege I have to live on Indigenous lands, specifically the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, the Napaawak, and Ottawandaron peoples. Today's show is featuring entrepreneurs who are doing some really great things, ranging from building women up to a networking group making amazing local economic impact to an anti-racism education program. Stay tuned. When we come back, we will meet with the team of All Women Lead.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Your happy place. Easy 1013, the perfect music mix.
Carbon monoxide is a deadly gas you can't see, smell, or taste.
Homes with fuel-burning appliances and/or attached garages must have working CO alarms installed outside all sleeping areas.
Don't let the silent killer get you. Install working CO alarms today.
Was that 4 or 5? He's lost count and still thinks he can drive. Do you think he knows that when he is caught and charged with impaired driving, he'll lose his license and a lot more? If he gets in his car, he'll face costs exceeding $20,000. Does he realize he could have a criminal record for his choice to drive? And it could be much worse if he crashes. Wonder what he'll be thinking tomorrow.
Have a Holden one at 15.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive so.
Jeff from Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff. We're back for season 3. We've had the opportunity to see some great backyards and have some great barbecue. Join us, Chillin' and Grillin' with Jeff.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back. All Women Lead was started by women who felt that it was time to recognize the leadership abilities of all women, whether they were homemakers or CEOs. From its inception in 2019, they have grown to provide international workshops, and they have an event coming up later this month. Hello and welcome, Leah and Melissa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am good. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So tell us about All Women Lead. What is All Women Lead?
So All Women Lead, we started crazy over 3 years ago now. Myself and my co-founder, Miss Jen Slay herself, started All Women Lead. And we really came together to we wanted to create a women's leadership experience where we could have women come together and just have an honest conversation about some of the realities of being women in leadership. And we, from very early on, defined leadership as anybody who has influence over somebody else. So it could be as a parent, it could be as a coworker, it could be as a friend, it could be as a partner. There really wasn't sort of that limiting idea of what leadership was. And we really created it as a way for women to come together and have a conversation that wasn't really being had at the time. And it evolved really quickly, which I always say is a really surefire sign that it was a conversation people were looking to have.
Yeah.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about that evolution. Leah, I mean, initially you were a speaker at the very first event, the in-person conference that was had in 2020, and then we shut down. And then now you're a facilitator with the online workshops and everything that we're doing. So please let us know from your perspective what that evolution has been like.
Yeah, so the inaugural All Women Lead event was an all-day conference that was I didn't realize at the time, but was going to be so much fuel for us heading into the pandemic. So it was the next day that the World Health Organization declared a global pandemic. So talk about getting it in, and the whole world shut down. And so I think, you know, my involvement changed, and in some ways I find the event now even more compelling. So I think it's a privilege. I feel privileged to be able to do it, to sort of host these panels. And I mean, we got feedback early on from the original event that the panel discussion really just got so much positive. People wanted more of that. And you really listened to that. And in creating this quarterly series of events, I think it's evolved it from a learning environment to a growth mindset environment where people attend and they're able to dip in and out and take what they need from it. And the event meets them wherever they are. There's no pre-existing jump off point. There's no qualifications. There's no mandatory minimums and all of that sort of nonsense. And that has created a kind of power that I am invigorated by, I would say. And so to be able to participate in those panels, to facilitate, to amplify the voices of other women, to agitate, to bring things up, to venture into the uncomfortable. I mean, if that's not my calling, I don't know what is. And so that is, and do we need it now more than ever? I certainly do. And I think a lot of people around us do too.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the event started as a local event and it has just broadened. And part of that is because of the pandemic. Yeah. So Melissa, what do you think the importance of that online presence is for All Women Lead now?
I think it's really opened up this opportunity for us to take a local event where we were highlighting local leaders, and now we can bring in the voices from across the country and into the US. And it's bringing voices together that wouldn't have connected before. And it's, as much as it's an online event, there are relationships forming and there are connections happening and there are partnerships coming out of this. And it's really neat to not be limited by a physical location. There's an opportunity in the fact that we've had to go virtual. And it's actually, I believe, and I think we all believe, that it's actually accelerated All Women Lead and created a platform that's even better than it was before because we're not limited by physical location.
So when is the next opportunity for women and men to be able to come and build relationships?
So our next event's January 24th, and it's a Monday. We do it later in the afternoon, so that ideally it's kind of like the end of your workday, but not so far gone that it's into your evening. People can register online at our website, which is allwomenlead.ca. We have 3 incredible speakers that are focused on empower, which is our theme for this event. So we're really looking at women who have lifted other women up in the community, women who are coaches and mentors, absolutely incredible. And the 3 women we have some really great stories that they're going to share and tell, and we're hoping that people will gain from that experience and really take it and run with it and be motivated and empowered to sort of continue to pass that mentorship on to others.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so the speakers that are going to be there, will there be an opportunity for the people that are attending to ask questions and to get information?
That's a great question. And so the answer is yes, yes, yes. So we encourage people to follow us and watch us on social media. All Women Lead is out there. Obviously, all of us have our social media and our networks available to everybody as well. And we will also be doing something new for this event where we'll be meeting with our speakers in advance and having a bit of a pre-event interview so you can get to know them, sort of explore a little bit about some of the ideas and the themes that they might touch on so that you can kind of get your brain going a little bit about what is most compelling and interesting for you. Come to the event, ask questions in advance, be curious. There is no downside and no risk. And we just want everyone to know that everyone is welcome. And if accommodations are needed, let us know. We want to make space for everyone. There's room for everyone.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both for coming on. Appreciate it. And January 24th will be the big day.
Awesome.
Big day.
Thanks, Jen.
See you.
This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
Huron Flooring offers a vast selection of pre-finished hardwood floors in a variety of colors, textures, widths, and finishes. We also provide resanding and refinishing of your existing flooring and stairs. Visit us at Huron Flooring, 782 York Street in London.
For more information about the vaccine and eligibility, visit healthunit.com. To book an appointment, call the number on your screen or book online at covidvaccinelm.ca.
The Canadian film and TV industry recognizes it's time to build a better workforce, which includes more opportunities for Black, Indigenous, and persons of color. HireBIPOC.com is here to help make this happen. Whether you're already in the business, trying to get a start, or in a position to hire, HireBIPOC.com could connect you to the right people. From script to development, production to post, distribution to marketing. Check out HireBIPOC.com now and help build a stronger industry together.
You're watching Rogers TV, London.
Welcome back. Our next guests are part of a networking group that rally their members to support each other and the local business community here in London. They have led their team to more than $300,000 in local economic impact so far. And their goal is not to hand out business cards, but to build deeper relationships with their connections and contacts. Let's meet the president and member of BNI Forest City. Thank you for being here, Gotham and Trisha.
Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Thank you, Jennifer.
So you are part of BNI Networking Group. Can you tell us what that is?
Yeah, certainly. We are a networking group of professionals. Currently, we have 20 plus members in our group. We meet weekly and we follow a structured agenda that helps us pass referrals between one another and help each other grow our businesses.
Nice. So because of pandemic, do you meet virtually right now? Or can you still meet in person?
We are meeting virtually every week. It's through a Zoom meeting. It's a very structured meeting. So on Thursdays, we meet at 9:30 in the mornings and it goes till 11 a.m. And it's a great flow. It's a great flow.
Can you tell us a little bit about that flow? What can someone expect if they were to come to a meeting?
Yep. Trisha, did you want to take this one?
Sure, yeah. So we have a program that we use. It's called Meeting Hub, and it was developed by a BNI member in the United States. And it's very helpful in that we welcome everyone. We have some open networking. So we're in breakout rooms and we're networking and chatting with each other about the week. Sometimes we have a topic that we discuss, sort of a roundtable sort of topic during that. And then we all come back into the room and we start the meeting. We talk about a core value of the week. BNI is founded on core values. One of the most important being giver's gain. Giver's gain being, if I give business to you, then I will in turn receive business back from you. And it's very much about know, like, and trust. I know these people in this room. I like these people in this room, and I trust these people. So it's very easy for me to give business to them and know that the professional I'm referring that someone within my network to is going to get great service and a great product. We then move to a weekly presentation. We each get to speak for about a minute, just under a minute, because there's so many of us in the room. And we educate each other a little bit further every week about our business and that specific ask that we're looking for that week. So I'm looking this week for a company with lots of vehicles. I want to help insure those vehicles, make sure they're properly insured. And I want to, so I get to teach the group about what I'm looking for this week and how they can help me find that. And it goes from there. It's pretty fantastic. There's a recognition portion of the meeting. There's an accountability portion of the meeting. So we go around the room again later in the meeting and we talk about what referrals have we given to the group this week, or what written testimonials have we put on Google for our fellow members, or welcoming a visitor that's come to the group for the day. And then we have a speech or presentation. So one of the members gets to speak each week about their business and educate us some more. Nice.
As an entrepreneur, I can totally appreciate how that accountability piece is so vital and so important. It sounds fantastic, just like you said. So you did indicate that there's chapters in different parts of the world. Can you tell us how the London chapter came to be?
Yeah. Thank you, Trisha. So basically, BNI is an international organization, but they are different regions. And our director, who's a friend of mine, Rav Badial, who's located in Cambridge, he approached me because he knew I was getting into real estate. And he said, this might be a way to build your business through referrals and through your network. So he approached me, and it took a year to come to fruition. I reached out to my friend Trisha, who I'd known from a few years back, and I knew she was new into the commercial insurance space. So it came about pretty organically, and we've had a few members come, we've had a few members go, and BNI is not a fit for everyone, and not everyone's going to be a fit for BNI, but we encourage even attending our weekly meeting as a visitor to see what the structure is. Is it for you? Is it not for you? So it did take a year to come to fruition, and now we're celebrating our second year, or our first official year as an official chapter. So it's been a great journey so far.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So how can someone join the organization?
Go ahead, Gotham.
Sorry, Trisha. So we do encourage any visitors to come take a look at our meeting on Thursday. So you can connect with myself, with Trisha, with any of the members already, and we can share our website with you as well. And come to our weekly meeting. You can get a feel for it. We will send you an application process, application if you are interested to fill that in. And that does get vetted. We do check references. We do check your background. And from there, we also are very exclusive. So I'm the only realtor in the group, and Trisha's the only commercial agent in the group. And, that's the benefit of the whole know, like, and trust. I'm not having a conflict in which commercial insurance agent I should pass this referral to, because Trisha's my main go-to. So if that seat is already filled, it's not an issue. There are other members, other professionals in our community looking to start up a chapter. So we can connect you to our director and even facilitate that conversation for you if someone's really interested in joining.
Well, it sounds wonderful, and your information is going to be on the screen. So I'm encouraging Londoners to please reach out, build your businesses, build your networks, and thank you both so much for being here today.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Thanks, Jennifer.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Hi, my name is Mike Arsenault. I'm a morning show host and digital broadcast journalist at Chorus Entertainment.
What is the hardest part about being a parent?
Having kids.
And I became a volunteer at Rogers TV London way back in 2012. I always wanted to work in the broadcast industry, but I didn't have the educational background, so I figured Rogers TV was the best way for me to get my foot in the door to the media broadcast industry. If you're willing to put the time in, good things will happen, and start early. I didn't start getting paid to be on television until I was 28. Started volunteering, I think, around 22 or 23. But if I had the educational background in either journalism or media, I would have been able to start my career just a little bit quicker.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tyler Fines, host of Off the Puck Hockey on Rogers Channel 20. We interview some of the biggest names in hockey and sports. Check us out, Rogers Channel 20, Off the Puck Hockey. Let's go.
Welcome back. Individuals have been fighting against racism, discrimination, and prejudice since time began. Today, more businesses, organizations, and individuals are realizing that to become conversant around issues of implicit bias, systemic racism, and discrimination across gender, age, and race requires more than simply reading a book. Let's meet members of the team of Shifting Perspectives, who have developed an anti-racism education program providing an opportunity for employees to shift their perspective both professionally and personally. Hello, Christina and Shirley. How are you?
Good morning.
Good. How are
Great,
you?
thanks. How are you, Jen?
I'm good, thanks. Welcome to the show. So you're here to talk to us about shifting perspectives. Can you tell the viewers what that's all about?
Sure. I think I'll grab that piece. We are just a group of experienced women from different backgrounds. I'm in the U.S. and the rest of our team is in Canada, and we kind of birthed this out of some things that happened like in spring of 2020 with the George Floyd murder and the different things that were going on back then. We are basically a anti-racism training organization, and we have worked with people in the educational space and theater space and that kind of a thing. So hopefully I answered that question well enough for you.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. So what does the program look like? So if someone wanted to take the program or an organization wanted to, what could they expect?
Shall I go ahead? Yes. So they could expect to spend 15 hours with us. So we offer it in 5 3-hour sessions. And during that time, we get into some really, we go really deep. So it's different than just sort of skipping the stone on the pond. It's also different in that it's really focused on anti-racism and the anti-racist aspect of diversity, recognizing that, of course, by doing that, it pulls in other areas as well. And so they're the 5 3-hour sessions, and we look at things like biases and how we get them. We really take a deep dive into the history of racism. How has it come about? So we have a better understanding of it. We look at the various terminologies that we use in today's date around racism and privilege and that type of stuff. And we talk about also how we can be empathetic towards each other, how we can use empathy in building ourselves become more anti-racist. And scenarios are specific to the area that we're working with. So as Shirley mentioned, when we're looking at the education field, then our scenarios are focused in that way. When we worked with the theater, our scenarios were focused in that way as well.
To make it relevant to them.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what makes this unique? Because I know a lot of programs, and not to knock anybody's program, but a lot of programs are pre-recorded and you do a little quiz at the end. But what makes this program a little bit more unique?
Well, I would say besides our different backgrounds, which you do get to learn more about as we go through the course of the program, we are different because, like you said, it's not just a matter of checking a box. It's not an LMS training type of a setting where you're watching a video. It's live and interactive. And you actually, as an attendee, we do the group, the breakout rooms and that kind of thing. So it's a lot of group work, and then we all come back and talk to each other so that you feel comfortable. We provide kind of like a safer space to be able to express things that you might not be able to express in a regular corporate environment as it relates to these topics. I would say that's what makes it unique.
I think to add to that, Shirley, as well, the fact that we have a lot of follow-up. So the sessions are run every other week. So in the weeks in between, we provide information to help the participants sort of keep track of what's going on. And then after the program is over, we have monthly emails that go out to everybody. So it's not like it's something that somebody does and then leaves everything on the shelf and kind of move it into life. We keep it fresh in their minds.
Nice. That is unique. That's great. That's wonderful. And so what personal work would you suggest that someone do prior to or to prep themselves to take this program?
I think that probably anyone who is just sort of living life is already doing some of that prep work. So, reading the news, being aware of what's going on, particularly, I think, around the anti-Indigenous, anti-Black racism that we've really heard more and more about. Certainly the anti-Asian hate that as well, particularly over the last few years. I think there is just a plethora of information out there, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, reading newspapers. There are also, various books and movies that we can also. So depending on kind of your area, I think there are lots of ways to get that information in advance.
Mm-hmm. And can you tell the viewers who you're currently working with or some of the clients that you've worked with?
We are currently actually getting ready to start again with Brescia University College. And they were our inaugural group last year. So it's exciting to be going back and working with more of their staff and faculty. And so we've also worked with King's University College and the Grand Theatre. And so it's been just wonderful. And we've done other work with these organizations as well, in addition to the anti-racist program that we have.
Thank you so much for the work that you're doing, and we really appreciate you being here on the show today. That's a wrap. Thank you for tuning in, and please visit our guests' social media and show them some support. Thank you to our guests for just being so amazing. Until we see each other again, please go to our social media platforms and like, share, and comment. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m., it's the Rtv Quiz. Giovanni Petiti hosts a weekly trivia competition that lets you play from the comfort of your couch. Play along at home and challenge your friends. And don't forget to follow along on social media. Let us know who's top of trivia, and you can find yourself featured on a future episode.
Are you kidding me, folks?
The Rtv Quiz, Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. on Rogers TV or at rogerstv.com/RTV Quiz.
Are you a woman experiencing abuse? Do you know a woman experiencing abuse?